So I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, I could do my forensics project, I could do my civics report, but no. Today I decided to spend the past 10 hours simulating 80 years into the future in a basketball video game. This is what my life has come to. So in this video we're going to be looking at all the past champions, rule changes, awards, even the Hall of Fame. So, I spent my whole day simulating. It would mean a lot if you dropped a like or even subscribed. You could also leave in the comments how much you hate me and how much I suck and should quit. So, yeah, it's up to you, but let's get right into it. So I'm going to go all the way down to 2021, and we are going to go up from there. So yeah, I'll see you when I get down there. So in the year 2021, LeBron James is your MVP. What I've seen that man do to my Raptors, he deserves it. I think that makes him one of the oldest to do it. So next is Jokic with the Nuggets, Trae Young with the Hawks, Cade Cunningham with the Thunder, Cade again, that's back-to-back. Then it switches up to Jalen Suggs in 2026 with the San Antonio Spurs, Jalen Suggs again, back to Cade in 2028, Cade again. So, damn, Cade and Jalen Suggs go back and forth there for a little bit, a couple years. The Heat get a guy named Jeffrey White III in 2030, back to Jalen Suggs. Oh, but this time he's on the Thunder, so maybe he got traded for Cade, or maybe they teamed up or something. I'm not really sure. That's pretty cool though. Jalen Suggs again. The Lakers get a guy named Marty Weaver. Marty Weaver back to back. Evan Mobley back to back. Yeah, these are all people we don't know. Damn. Antonis Giannou. Wow. 6 in a row, I think. Yeah, 6 in a row for Antonis Giannou from the years 2039 to 2044. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Let's see if any of these people can beat 6 in a row. Hey, my Raptors get Jason Jordan, MVP, 2047. I don't see anybody winning a bunch in a row. Let's keep going up. So, Darnell Woods wins back-to-back. The Nuggets get Alan Magnetti. He wins it 3 years in a row here. Willis Howard, 4 times in a row with the Miami Heat, 73 to 76. And from the years 2087 to 2095, Lynn Marks is your 9-time in a row MVP. This is the most MVPs ever. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar only had like 6 in his career, and I think that was the most ever. This guy did it 9 times in a row. This has to put the guy in the GOAT conversation, right? Who else is getting 9 straight MVPs? Yeah, no one's touching that. That's it for that. Alright, so next up is Rookie of the Year, and Precious Achiuwa with the Miami Heat gets it. Don't think I've ever seen that. I know in 2K he's a beast. Over LaMelo, over Anthony Edwards. Wow, he must have had one hell of a year. I know he's young and up and coming on the Heat. Hopefully he plays like that in real life. Then wow, that'd be something. So Cade Cunningham gets it the year after that. Rex Thomas, 2023. And then yeah, these are all people that we don't really know. So next up is 6th Man of the Year. So this is Spencer Dinwiddie in 2021 with the Brooklyn Nets. DeMar DeRozan, 2022. Wow, taking a step back from the starting role. So the Spurs get it back-to-back, first with DeRozan, but then with Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs again. Russell Westbrook taking a backseat in his career, going with the Bulls. He wins it in 2025. And then these are all just, this guy right here, Benedict Mathurin, wins it 3 times in a row. Yeah, these are all just fake people. Yeah. Mitchell Leonard, 4 years in a row. I think that's going to do it for 6th Man of the Year, yeah. So Defensive Player of the Year is Giannis in 2021. He wins it 3 years in a row because he wins it in 2022 as well. So that's 3 years in a row for Giannis. Jonathan Isaac. Wow. So he wins it 1, 2, 3, 4. Jonathan Isaac 5 times in a row. Then it goes back to Giannis, but then back to Jonathan Isaac. Wow. Oh, so then Giannis in 2030 ends up going to the Utah Jazz. So he leaves the Bucks. Once that Supermax is up with Giannis, he might get out of there. Or he might even request a trade. So, yeah, Jonathan Isaac owns this. He got, how many in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in a row. Let's see if anyone can beat 5 in a row for Jonathan Isaac and the Magic. And Tonis, this guy won the 6 MVPs in a row. He got back-to-back. Wow, Stephen Galloway. He was on the Celtics and then the Rockets. He won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Let's keep going up. Tracy May, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Tracy May is a 6th time in a row Defensive Player of the Year. That breaks Jonathan Isaac. So he was a Piston, Detroit basketball. You're back. He's got to wait until 2051. So, yeah, and then he ends up going to the Suns. Yeah, I mean, Ed Franklin here wins it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row with the Bucks and the Clippers. So from the years 2080 to 2087, John Jeffries wins 8 straight Defensive Player of the Years. I mean, this has to make him one of the best defensive players of all time, right? Also adding on to the GOAT conversation, Lynn Marks adding to his career with 3 straight Defensive Player of the Years. Next up is Most Improved Player. Christian Wood gets that in 2021. He's been playing out of his mind this season. Sadly, he's on the Rockets, though, so, yeah, okay. We got Killian Hayes, 2023. Okay, Detroit. I'm just going to go up through these. I'll stop if I see something crazy. Then we have the past champions. So in 2021, the super team Nets beat the Phoenix Suns in a 7-game series. James Harden takes home the MVP. Next up, the Heat in 2022 defeat the Denver Nuggets. Wow, Cade Cunningham takes over for a little bit. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in a row for Cade Cunningham from 2024 to 2028. So then the Pelicans, Raptors win one. The Heat again. The Lakers three-peat here against the Cavs, Orlando, and the Magic again. Orlando gets their first ring, I'm pretty sure. I think that's their first ring, right? Yeah, and same with the Grizzlies right there. 2037. Grizzlies win their ring. 2038, the Magic win their ring. Celtics, wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings in 6 years. A little bit of a super team there with Lewis Sims. The Celtics, 3 more. So yeah, I mean the Celtics are really just going crazy. My Raptors get a couple more rings. The Cavs, Timberwolves get their first ring right there, and they get another one. The Kings get their first ring right there, or I think the Kings might have a ring. They just haven't won it a little bit. I'm not sure about that. Thunder get 2 more. The Knicks win some right there. It ends off with the Orlando Magic in 2099. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at the league leaders right here because throughout the years the rules were changing and some of the rules could impact the points per game. Like one of the rules is make the shot clock 45 seconds and one of them is also like eliminate the shot clock rule. We'll see how the points per game gets impacted. So Devin Booker 35. So in 2025 Luka Doncic averaged 41 or 40 points a game. Let's see how this gets. So I mean it drops to 26 in this. Okay, so over here it goes up to 33 again. It stays in that high 20s and then it drops down to 18 right here. The league leader in 2056 was 18 points. Alright, so the NBA is starting to get a little now. I mean 18 points per game as the best player in the league. So yeah, over here it shoots back up to 35. So it dropped as low as 18, back up to almost 40 points a game. Then it goes to 44 a game by Darnell Woods. So it stays in the high 30s for a very long time. Over here, it goes back down to 18. Wow. 16, 17, 14. Wow. In the season of 2099 to 2100, the league leader was 14 points. Let's go check out these rules. Alright, so there's a lot of rule changes. I'm just going to go through until I see something interesting, and I'll stop and I'll let you guys know. So, I mean, right here in 2022, the top 3 picks are done through team record, which I honestly feel like they should do something like that in real life, because the draft lottery seems a little unfair. I know that you're against tanking, but, I mean, if a team sucks, then just give them the best player. Let them get a chance to get better, you know? They also changed the defensive key violation from 3 seconds to 5. So, I mean, that lets people camp in the paint a little longer, you know? A couple more blocks. Wow, so in 2035, they made a rule after 3 quarters, the team to reach the highest scoring team's total plus 30 points wins. I've never seen that. In 2036, they changed the offensive time to advance the ball over the front court to 12 seconds. 12. So in 2055, they changed the shot clock to 35 seconds. This must have been when the scoring dipped down a little bit because obviously they don't need to shoot as much if the shot clock's 35 seconds. So yeah, this is when it dipped down a little bit. 2057, they allowed it where if a player is 18 years old they can enter the draft. That's awesome. They should bring that back in real life. Alright, so this must have been when shooting actually jumped up again. 2060, they made the shot clock 20 seconds instead of 35. So yeah, that does it. So in 2080, they modified the goaltending rule where they allowed players to actually grab or block the ball as soon as it hits the rim. 2081, they eliminated the financial restrictions when trading, so the salaries wouldn't have to match. That's, wow. 2089, they got rid of the shot clock. What? So a team could score one time and then just dribble the ball out for the entire game. That's insane. So that must have been when the players dropped from like 40 points a game to literally like 14 a game. This is pretty interesting. 2089, automatic points were given to the team on shooting fouls. There was no free throws anymore. So in 2093, they made it where it was the top 16 teams seeded, not the East versus the West. That's pretty awesome. 2093, they also brought back free throws. So that helps. And then in 2096, they made the shot clock 45 seconds. And then in 2097, they abolished the salary cap. This league has gone up in flames. I don't even know what to say. And then they abolished the trade deadline. What? In 2099, they abolished the trade deadline. Wow. Alright, so now it's time for the Hall of Fame. I'm kind of just going to fly through this. So in 2023, Carmelo makes the Hall of Fame. Congrats. 2023, Chris Paul, Dwight Howard. LeBron makes it in 2024. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Stephen Curry, James Harden, Kevin Durant. So basically all the people that we know today. Kyrie, Kawhi, Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid. Yeah, I mean, Giannis, 2033, Trae Young makes it, Zion Williamson makes it, Ja Morant, Luka, James Wiseman. Yeah, and then here's all the people in the Cade Cunningham class, yeah, right here. So Cade makes it, Jalen Suggs makes it, and then these are all the created players. Wow, so moving on to total points of all time, LeBron James and Jalen Suggs are the only two players in NBA history to ever finish with more than 40,000 points. I've never seen that before. Cade Cunningham makes it to number 3. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is number 4 on the all-time scoring list. That's something I thought I'd never say. Next up, we got Allen Maggette. He finishes number 5 of all time, pushing Karl Malone down to number 6. He used to be actually number 2, so that's also pretty crazy to see. Colin Sexton makes it to the top 10. Giannis makes it. Kobe Bryant is pushed down to number 9. Kevin Durant also makes it. Trae Young, Luka, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley. Michael Jordan is pushed back to number 15. So looking at three-pointers made, Allen Maggette finishes with 5,747 threes, putting him at the number 1 spot of all time. This destroys Ray Allen's previous record, which I believe was about like 2,900. So on this list, you got people like Jalen Suggs, Trae Young, Luka, Cade Cunningham. You know, I wonder where Steph is. So it turns out Curry is actually number 11 of all time. I thought he would be higher. So after looking at the entire list, it turns out everybody on the top 100 has 3,000 or more three-pointers. That's insane. I thought I'd never say this, but it turns out Ray Allen literally is not even in the top 100 of three-pointers of all time. Looking at rebounds, Wilt and Bill, you guys keep your records. You guys are good. Willis Howard and Donald Valentine actually move ahead of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Evan Mobley makes it to the top 10, and even DeAndre Ayton makes the top 10. Moving on to assists, John Stockton, best passer of all time, still up there in 2100. Cade Cunningham and Jalen Suggs take the 2 and 3 spot. Trae Young, Ja Morant, Jason Kidd, who used to be number 2 of all time, is now pushed back to number 7. LeBron James stays at number 8, and you got people like Luka and CP3 moving up to the top 10. Moving on to blocks, Hakeem Olajuwon still holding on to that number 1 spot with 3,830, but Evan Mobley not far behind him with 3,291, and it doesn't really look like it changes anymore. Oh, John Jeffries, that's the guy who won 8 Defensive Player of the Years in a row, I think. Looking at steals, John Stockton and Jason Kidd still rocking with the number 1 and number 2 spots of all time. CP3 actually moves up to number 3. LeBron becomes number 6 of all time. Jalen Suggs makes it, and Dusty Hines, number 10. Before we move on to the playoffs, let's just take a moment to recap a few things. I made this list right here showing how many championships each team has in the year 2100. So pause the video if you're interested and take a look at what your favorite team has. No, they're not in order. Cry about it. It turns out Lynn Marks is actually still in the league, so I could view his all-time stats. He's a 9-time MVP, 2-time NBA champion, 10-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA First Team, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and an 8-time First Team All-Defense. How does a man with a maze on his arm take over the league like that for 9 years? Oh my god, look at his salary! At 35 years old, he's making $130 million a year. In the comments, let me know if you guys think Lynn Marks is the GOAT, because honestly, I don't know. I mean, look at that man. Look at him. Okay, so it actually comes down to the Bucks and the Mavericks in the 2100 finals. So, what I'm going to do is, I switched to the Bucks so I could actually, like, go through the games. So it ends up like the Bucks are gonna sweep them. I mean, all that for a sweep. Let's see. So I'll go to Simcast and I'll jump in at the end to see if this is really the end. So nope, Mavericks win that one. That was almost a mess up right there. That would have been horrible. It's looking like the Bucks are gonna win. So we'll jump in and we'll watch the last minute. So it's coming down to the last 20 seconds of the 2100 NBA Finals, which is crazy to say. I spent all day simming, and I feel dead inside. So I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't have a single clue how to edit. I've never done this before, so I'm going to waddle my ass upstairs like a little penguin, hop on my computer, and try to figure all this out. And there we go. 2100 champion, the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. I really hope I wasn't that ass at commentating. It's my first video. I'm going to get better at it. I'm going to get better at editing. I'm going to get better at everything. So, I mean, if you guys want to follow me on the journey, click subscribe, click that like button, or if you hate me, dislike it and leave a comment how much you hate me. But if you do like me, leave a comment what you guys want me to do next. I'll do a career sim. I'll do anything. You guys let me know. I'll do a rebuilding challenge. I'll do anything. Just let me know. So, yeah, peace.